Let's watch some small video so that you can comment. You will like it. Let's watch this video.
One of the shocking things I realized when I moved to Japan, it was really a culture shock for me, and I found out in a very awkward way, was the fact that Japanese people didn't like perfumes. You know, they don't like scents. They do not want to smell you. They don't want to know how you smell, whether you smell sweet, but they just want you to be odorless. They just want you to have no scent at all. So when I came here, I used to be very big on perfumes, so I would spray and then I would go to work, and then somehow it seems as though people were avoiding me at work. You know, the manager would put me somewhere, because I used to have a working station where I usually work when I, initially started the job. It was a factory where we produced phones. So I used to be in the packing session where we put the phones in the boxes. So, but I realized after a while they started separating me, and then they'll put me on a separate table to do my job alone there. I didn't quite understand it. And one thing about Japanese people is that they do not want to offend you. They're so careful not to offend you, so they don't tell you when you're wrong or when something is happening. But I just knew something was off, and then but I couldn't place it. I just kept on doing my job, yeah. Until one day, see, this is funny. The agency that recruited me, called me and said he wanted to talk to me about something, and I'm like, what? So he said that there is a lady, my colleague. He didn't say me. He said, there's my colleague, one of my colleagues that I work with, that she wears strong perfumes to work. This locomotive train was making noise. So I had to pause. Anyway, the train is gone now. So he started telling me about a story about the lady who I was working with, one of the colleagues, who wears strong perfumes to work, and that the Japanese people are not so comfortable with it. It upsets their stomach and all of that. That if I could please advise her not to wear the perfume because she's a foreigner like me, so she's going to listen to me, that they don't want to be so forward in telling her. So this guy was telling me this thing, but I was thinking, I'm the one who wears strong perfume to work. I don't think this lady wears strong perfume to work. I was like, okay, I've had. It was until he dropped the call that I realized that this guy was indirectly telling me that I wear strong perfume to work. This is how well, this is crazy. This is how careful the Japanese are. They do not want to tell you your offense. They don't want to be outright direct to you. So he had to come through the corners by telling me that I should help him advise somebody, who wears strong perfume, instead of telling me directly that it was me. Guys, when he finally clocked that this guy was referring to me, I was very embarrassed. I was very, very embarrassed. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then I stopped putting on perfumes to work completely. In fact, all the clothes that I had worn to work that I sprayed perfume on, I stopped wearing them. And then everything returned back to normal. I was moved back to my workstation, where I was now working with the Japanese people, in the same table and everything. Ben, God, that was a rude awakening for me. It was a shocker. And since then, anything perfume in Japan, count me out. All my designer perfs and everything, I do not wear them. So if you're coming to Japan, know this, they don't like smells. If you spray perfume and go to public places like trains, your job, school, they will be very offended. They might not tell you, but they might start avoiding you. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of foreigners complain that Japanese people avoid them on trains. They don't want to sit close to them because they already assume that most foreigners wear perfs. So if they see you, they don't even want to come close to check if you're actually putting on a perf or not. They just maybe go to the next seat and something like that. Although some people would say it's not the only reason, but well, it's still also part of the reason. There could be other reasons as well why they do that, But this issue of PEP is a very strong issue here in Japan. So yeah, it was one of the first shockers that I got when I moved here. What do you think? What are your takes on this experience? What would you have done if you were you? Would you have continued wearing your PEPs, or would you just would you change and abide by their rules?